Good morning, YouTubers. It's early o'clock right now. It's weird. It's my day off and I can't sleep past 7 o'clock. I'm so hardwired to getting up early now that it's just impossible. But anyway, it's a gorgeous day out. It's going to be super hot later, so I'm enjoying the deck while I can before it gets too hot to be out here. So I had a very interesting evening last night. Um, yeah, so I had a phone conversation with that guy that I mentioned yesterday, my sort of guy friend. I feel like I'm in high school. I don't know what to freaking call him. I mean, my special friend. I'll call him my special friend. He calls himself my partner. I That makes me feel like a freaking, I don't know, businessman or something. I Whatever. Anyway, okay, so here's the deal with this situation. It's an online thing, which is probably not surprising. He lives at the other, well, his home is across the country from me. Um, how we met and all that other stuff, it's a really long, complicated, boring story, but we've been talking since the first time I heard from him was actually on Halloween. So it's been 10 months. And we've Skyped a few times. I feel the ironic part is that I feel really, really uncomfortable on Skype, even though I make videos. I don't understand it, but we Skyped a couple times, and we email, but it's mainly phone calls. And I've said this before: I have never in my entire life, even when I was a teenager, spent more time on the phone with a person in my life. Because literally, for a while there, he was calling me every day, and we were sitting on the phone for like 3 hours at a time. I keep looking because my roommate is in the house with his friend and they're getting ready to leave, and I know he's going to show up, but I don't want him to surprise me. Anyway, um, it's not that he doesn't already know about the situation, but still. So it's an online thing. I never really believed in online relationships. I'm sort of very jaded. And he just kind of popped up out of nowhere when I was least expecting it, which usually is the case. But things have been kind of strained between him and I lately. Um, he was really sick. He was out of the country for work for a couple weeks. He does IT and catches hackers and that kind of thing, and he goes all over the place to do this. So he travels a lot. He's not home very much, but he got really sick, and then he had a personal problem involving his friend passing away. And I've been under a lot of stress with work and the roommate situation, and so we weren't really talking that much. And then we ended up sort of passive aggressively fighting with each other, which I don't like at all. It's very uncomfortable. Um, and we kind of had a fight. Or I kind of blew up at him because he sent me this email saying, I guess you don't read my emails anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And he said he was joking. I took it the wrong way. I blew up at him, and we didn't really talk for like 2 weeks. Uh, he thinks that I overthink things, which I do. I fully admit that I overthink everything. So I read things into things that probably aren't there. And he's been very patient with me regarding that. He's also been very patient with me as far as my trust issues go. I have extremely deep seated trust issues. And he knows all about my past with my past relationships. And been very accepting of that. Bye! Tom! You want to say hello? I'm making the video. Just say hello. You know you want to, you're not shy.
Hi, people!
Bye, have fun. Alrighty then, where was I? So the conversation sort of fluctuated between feeling kind of awkward because we haven't really had a normal conversation for a while to, kind of dancing around each other and almost fighting again, and to it ending up being pretty much a normal, fun conversation. It's weird. I can be so pissed off at him. I can be so aggravated and like ranting and raving at Tom. Tom's my roommate, and my best friend Kayla, and then 5 minutes later, I'm like, I'm just, I'm reading too much into it. I'm too um, paranoid and I overthink things, which, as I said, I do, and I admit that I do. But he does the same thing. He does the exact same thing. He overthinks things. And, he over explains things, because if we have a fight on the phone, he'll sit there for 10 minutes and just keep going and going and going. And instead of like making things better, he usually digs himself a bigger hole. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of weird because he knew it was sort of awkward. So how he broke the tension is he told me this ridiculously stupid joke that just ended up being the funniest thing that I had heard in a really long time. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. This relationship thing sucks. It's too hard. This is part of the reason why I didn't have a boyfriend for like 3.5 years. It's just hard. It's easier just dealing with myself and instead of all the emotions and everything that come up with having somebody in your life. It's yeah, I don't know. Tom tells me that it's obvious that I'm really into him, and considering all the time that he spent talking to me, that he's into me too. But we're just sort of waiting to go to the next level, which I guess would be meeting in person, which terrifies me. But it's something that I actually do want, which terrifies me even more because under normal circumstances, a year ago, if you had asked me if I would even consider meeting somebody I met online, I would have laughed in your face and probably punched you at the same time because there's no way. Anyway, I just felt like talking about that today. I felt like getting it out of my system. It's weird making these videos knowing there's somebody else in the house because when I was at my other place and I tried to do these videos, I used to have to try and be really quiet and try and do it at night when she was sleeping because she was extremely, extremely nosy and always wanted to know what I was doing, and I didn't want her up in my business. So, but Tom is different. Tom and I are friends, and as you can see, he has no problem being on camera. Anyway, okay, so I'll shut up. Thanks for listening to me talk and babble and vent. So, all right. I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for watching.